few years ago, I was on this offer, and on this offer, my first 2 weeks, I did terrible, and I couldn't handle objections. I didn't understand like discovery as a whole for this offer specifically, and how to do it efficiently to where the only objections I was getting was money objections. And what this resulted in is by the end of week two that I'm on the offer, they said, "Hey, we need to see some performance from you. You need to get your close rate up to 20%, or we're going to have to let you go." And this caused a lot of things within me. It caused fear, it caused anxiety, it caused me just thinking that, I got on this offer. I really wanted to do well here, but I'm potentially going to get let go because I can't perform. In the last 2 weeks, I ended up collecting a ton of cash in general, I guess for me at the time, but I made $7,300. And at this point in my life, I was in between 16 or 18, somewhere around there. And when it came down to it, there was a few fundamental shifts that I had to make. Now, all the shifts that I'm going to go through in this video, they weren't made then, but these are just shifts over kind of my career in high ticket that have helped me to completely transform my life, my ability to sell in high ticket in what I do. Um, and I'm going to be sharing that with you guys today. But I want to start it off with a story about a girl that did, I think, almost $60,000 in commission. And I had asked her how she was doing it because for me, at the time, I thought, I'm showing up, I'm doing everything I need to do. Like I'm showing up to the calls, I'm doing the work, I'm doing what I need to do. Why am I not succeeding? And what I mean by success is being able to do high numbers like that. Because process wise, I was closing at a very decent rate. My AOV was around the same as hers. And I couldn't wrap my head around it. But there was fundamental things that I was doing. There was pieces where I was extremely lazy. For example, sometimes when I didn't feel like taking a call, I would just reschedule it. I would reschedule it. I give it to another closer. I would be lazy in that sense, which is a waste of that company's money at the time, but also it's a waste of the actual potential that I could have. And then past that, there'd be times where once I'm in the call and I'm, having the discovery call, it's fine. Everything goes, but it's when I'm outside of the call. I have time to think. I have time to say, oh, I don't feel like doing it. Oh, I don't want to do it. And it puts me in very bad positions. So this girl, she hit a almost a 60K month on this offer. And everyone was curious about like, what is she doing? What is she doing? What is she doing? And I remember I had reached out to her at one point and I was like, how are you doing this? Like, how are you doing this on this offer? Because the average closer was making anywhere from 5K to like 10K a month on the offer. And for her to be doing 60 and pretty much 4Xing what the person below her was doing, it it was interesting. So I went to her, I asked, like, what are you doing? And she said, I don't know. I just work hard. Yeah, I think that's something that stuck with me for a very long time within my life in terms of the high ticket space is that was said to me what like 5 or 6 years ago. And it stuck with me ever since then of I don't know, I just work hard. And the reason that stuck with me is because if you look at Kobe, if you look at, Michael Jordan, if you look at LeBron, if you look at any of them, there's not a special trick. There's not a special tactic. And I can say the same thing for me or like the people I coach. I can give you the process, but at the end of the day, the work stays the same. The work that you have to do, the way you have to show up is the same regardless. So today I'm going to walk through the fundamental mindset shifts that I've gone through to where it's helped me to be able to have the career that I have. And I'm not 100. Hey, real quick. So, if you are in high ticket sales and you are absolutely struggling with discovery, you don't know what to do during objections, or just your pitch is a little bit shaky, overall, if you are having issues when it comes to taking money from your prospects, I want to help you. So, what I want to show you is basically an entire school community that I have of closers who are there to excel and there to do better. So if you want help from discovery, pitch, objections to just general key skills, follow up, referrals, anything that you can think of, landing roles when it comes to real sales mastery, there is help for you in this free school community. And then there's also essentially a calendar of coaching calls that you can actually join as well, where we will help you directly to improve your sales. We'll role play, we'll do call reviews, pretty much everything that you would need to be successful in sales. Okay. So if you want to join that, you'll also be able to see some of my live sales calls. Just click the link below and I'll see you there. Bye bye.